What's up, Reapers? My name's Seth, and we're hanging out on the Korean version of MapleStory 2, or as I call it, MapSap 2, and I just thought that this was an interesting enough concept for us to actually bother recording it. I'm doing my first raid dungeon. I've been kind of messing around on the Korean server with the English patch, which it's not going to end up being as good as the global version of the game that's coming out, hopefully later this year. We don't really know yet, but the closed beta is right around the corner, so it just means that this is probably going to end up coming out for everybody in English very, very soon. But I thought that we would kind of be able to do some 2018 actual more recent gameplay so I could show you guys what the dungeoning is kind of like, because I've seen countless videos on YouTube, which I find so frustrating when it's like, you know, 2018 MapleStory gameplay, and then I specifically go into those videos to look into the date of them, and you see that they were uploaded in 2017, and it's so disheartening that YouTube is kind of like that now, you know, where it's like people just go ahead and retitle their old videos for the sake of getting the click-throughs, right? But this is actual organic. Like, I've already played on the Korean server quite a bit. As you can see, though, this area that we're in isn't particularly powerful. I wouldn't expect it to be because we're very low level, but I thought that was cool enough that we would end up taking a look at it because it's got some really cool stuff to it. We're messing around on the berserker class. That's what all of our abilities are. We're going to be a two-handed sword using character and stuff like that. There's 8 characters are going to end up coming to the game live. Pull the lever. Oh, there it is. When the game ends up coming to the English server, we're going to end up having 8 of the playable characters, whereas on the Korean version of the game, we actually have 3 expansion characters. Those will eventually be possible to play. Giant pink slime. Okay, those eventually will be characters that we can play as on the English server, but as of right now, it's just not there. Oh my gosh. So this is going to be my first actual kind of boss here. So long as we just keep dodging his attacks, I think we're gonna be doing a-okay. And it seems like, whoa, okay, he's duplicated himself. I'm kind of scared. This is getting really, it's kind of cool, though. Like, I love the fact that the boss mechanics are so unique in this game. You know, the bosses actually have unique different abilities and unique ways that they end up playing and stuff like that. So other bosses are going to end up having very different strategies than what we ended up just doing right there with that pink slimy wimey, which was absolutely beautiful. That was cool. I am actually playing this game with a controller. I'm using X-Patter, which was quite difficult to figure out how that ended up working on Windows 10. Don't even ask me. But normally this game I find very confusing with the controls because you actually have to use the arrow keys to move your character, and then the left side of your keyboard is going to end up being spent on your abilities and stuff. But overall, I just love the production of this game, dude. And there's another game on my channel, in case any of you are a click-through of MapleStory exclusively, another game on my channel called Trove that I've been playing for years. And it's very, very similar. Like, there's a lot of similarities between both of the games. That's why I'm actually particularly excited about MapleStory. And so excited that I ended up actually reinstalling the Korean version just so that I could end up getting things a little bit more set up for when this ends up going onto the live server. You know what I mean? Lazy Stumpy is taking a deep breath. Oh my gosh, that's right. We got some really cool mechanics to the environment as well. I forgot about that. He's taking a deep breath, so we gotta end up making sure that we're nice and safe on one of these blocks here so that we don't end up getting pushed all the way back. Oh boy. Can we just hide in here? Okay, well, that kind of worked, but maybe he's just doing this to be a jerk and make it so that we could fall off of the level or something. Yeah, okay, so it seems like he's just trying to stop us and impede us from actually damaging the enemies. I thought that was something cool where it's like we had to stand in front of the, you know, in front of all the blocks that were on the side in order to prevent us from being blown all the way back or something cool, but doesn't seem like it. Why, oh why, is there this random little fire? Pick up. Okay. What can I do with this? Can I attack with it? I think I can throw this at an enemy. Take that, stupid. It actually ended up killing him. Oh, that was so cool. Can I pick up any of these other things? Can I pick up the log? I know that you can pick up lots of the stuff in the environment too, which is really, really cool. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is going to be a proper raid boss who actually has, like, as you can see, televised attacks that are going onto the ground, and then he ends up stopping for a little bit, which is very, very convenient and nice. Okay, I'm just going to bother. Whoa! What was that? He didn't have any indicator for that. Jeez Louise, this guy. He really does mean business, doesn't he? Let's do my stab crazy move. There we go. Okay, this guy is Kind of a pushover. Thankfully, he's not particularly difficult. Okay, that was a weird spring attack. That was weird. Like, geez Louise. Okay, I gotta just keep on dodging here. Huh! Stab move. I don't even know if that does anything useful. Oh, he stun locked me. He stunned me. He stunned me. Can you move, dude? There you go. Okay. Watch out for his bat breath. What is this guy? Like, seriously. I don't know anything about the original MapleStory, honestly speaking, folks. So I don't know whether or not, like, this guy was a normal enemy or a boss or anything like that. I'm assuming he was, because they do a pretty good job of making a lot of these enemies, you know, from MapleStory 1 coming into MapleStory 2. Ooh, so I think we ended up completing the quest. That was actually considerably fast. I'm hoping we ended up getting some gear, because this is one of the earlier raids that you can end up doing, right? So you could do this with a party, and as we were going into the mission, I'll see if I can end up starting another one. Okay, what are you doing here, Zelda? Thank you, I'm alive because of you. Really? What was he doing, Princess? Are you alright? Whoa, I'm so relieved. What's going on? Thank you, I will not forget this. Oh, yeah, no one will forget that. Whoa, skill point acquired and a bunch of junk. What did I get? Weeping Baby is my character, by the way. Oh, I see. It's just saying, oh, we got a ring. That's it. I want some of the other good items out of that, dude. Like, that's not... I want good stuff. Cannot be used in this area. Oh, okay. There are unsaved skill points. Would you like to say... No, because I apparently can't save the skill points or anything. And then cool enough, which I love about this game, is that they are very, very good at just throwing all these portals at you to teleport you into the other areas and stuff like that, right? So I want to take a quick little peek. What was that little ring that we ended up getting there? Crit rate and increased toxic damage. I have toxic damage? I don't know what that means. We could end up just going through the area and kind of completing more of our quests and stuff like that. But I wanted to get this spin attack ability. And I wanted to show you guys this just before we end up leaving to go and complete another quest here. See, we've got... This was the level 16 quest that we ended up doing. And as you can see, weird that we ended up getting that ring, because it doesn't seem like it's actually any of the possible awards, which is weird. But Broadsword, Grand Sword, Warrior's Greatsword, Ultimate Greatsword, and those are just kind of different tiers of weapons, I'm pretty sure, while all of them end up being two-handed weapons for our specific character. The cape, now that's something that I would actually like. Oh, I see, look, it shows the cape and it says 3 options. So that's why with the rings or one of the accessories, we had 3 different options for them. Okay, okay. And then otherwise we could go and get some other rewards. And the cool thing about this game too is later on in the end game anyways, you could add rewards by using dungeon reward vouchers, and that would end up giving you twice the rewards at the end rather than just the one that we ended up doing. So I'm gonna enter alone again. I want to see what we can end up doing. Hopefully we can just I'm just gonna rush through it this time, because I want to see what the rewards are going to end up actually being. And as you saw, we could have actually done this dungeon with some friends, which, I mean, I'm so pumped about this game, dude. Like, every little thing about it just has me excited. So now you get to see, here's that nice little cutscene that I ended up seeing at the beginning that just kind of shows you what the raid is going to be. Later on, some of the raids are going to be timed so that you can end up getting specific gear and stuff like that. And as you can see here, I'm pretty sure that we have to kill all of this group of enemies in order to open the gateway over here. So it's kind of like a nice way of forcing the player to kind of progress through the dungeon by a different means than you would normally do. All right, let me see if I can free this little guy. Let's go through this as quickly as possible. Okay, we just freed him before these idiots ended up attacking me, which was really, really nice. And then otherwise, let's do that stab attack move thing. I don't really know this character very well. Seems like the gate ended up just opening, so I'm wondering whether or not you had to kill a set amount of enemies for the gate to end up opening, or if it was like, you know, maybe you had to kill like a specific type of enemy, or just all of them outright. I'm not exactly sure. Okay, now we get to fight that cool slime again. I know we're just kind of repeating the same thing, but this is what this game is going to end up being when you guys end up playing it yourselves. Is you're just going to be doing raids over and over again. Like, this pretty much ends up being the end game from what I've read on this game. Like, I'm no expert at this game by any means, folks. I don't really know that much, honestly speaking. I only just became a berserker. Otherwise, I couldn't even figure out how to do it for the life of me, because Originally, you know, I was just playing this on the Korean server, like, outright without an English patch, so I didn't really know, like, anything that was going on in the game. I didn't know how I was actually supposed to go and get a job advancement, which jobs are what the classes are in this game. And it's pretty easy, actually. You just end up getting to, I think, level 10, and then you just get to pick your job, which, oddly enough, they don't actually let you change your job, so you don't really get to try them out. So I would recommend, like, you check out YouTube tutorials and stuff like that to try and see what class you would want. Otherwise, it's particularly easy because all you really gotta do if you want to try them out for yourselves is you gotta create a new character, and then, you know, which can be tedious in and of itself. But all you really gotta do is create a new character and set up, you know, get your character to level 10 so that you can end up getting yourself a new job, right? Okay, let's see whether or not... I'm watching that gate in the background. Maybe it's got nothing to do with... Oh, never mind. The gate just opened right now, so maybe a certain enemy did end up getting killed or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. Stop it, you jerk face. Jeez Louise. So this pretty much, as of right now anyways, is our movement ability. That's why it's actually taking our stamina to end up using it. Ooh, I didn't even know that this guy was right here. Ow, you guys are jerks. You guys got to stop that. I didn't even know he was here. Does that give us... that was a close one. We almost fell off of the map. That would have sucked. Do we end up getting more rewards as we end up saving more of these guys? There was probably more of them, but I don't honestly care. But yeah, as I said, we were draining our stamina with that ability. Most of the characters in the game, as far as I can tell, are going to end up having, you know, special movement ability, which as the berserker, we kind of just do this. What the? That was really weird. Well, anyways, you know what? I'll hit him with one of these. Take that, stupid. Did that end up doing as much damage as it should have? I don't honestly know. I love the boss strategies though, dude. Like, I like how each of the bosses in the game ends up kind of operating differently and has televised attacks and everything like that. So you can kind of like fight them in a very specific way, which is so awesome, like for an MMO to have something like this, you know? Yeah, so every time he ends up lifting his arm up to do that claw attack, that's when he's about to do his stun attack that ended up stunning me last time. But otherwise, generally, we just seem to go back and forth. That attack right there, that would be the stun lock ability, right? I love his death, too. He just kind of, like, falls apart. And you guys probably can't hear the sound effect, but it's just like wood dropping on the ground. But anyways, if you don't already know, folks, MapleStory 1 was actually a side-scrolling game, a side-scrolling MMO. Pretty cool concept. I never really got into it. I know a lot of people that were into it, though. But this one, stepping it up and being all 3D, I think is really, really cool. And I'm really, really excited about this one. Really excited to start playing it on the channel when it ends up coming out into the closed beta, or open beta, I mean. And then on top of that, it's going to be a free-to-play game. So you got to keep that in mind. Nice! We ended up getting a sword. All right, that's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Forget the cape. I want to see what that looks like, because that's the thing that's awesome too, is you can end up having all of the armor and weapons show on your character, which incidentally is what the cash shop is all about, because you'll end up using the cash shop to end up getting like all these really fancy looking clothes and apparel and weapons and junk like that. Okay, so we can see with the stats, the weapon attack is lower, health is lower, dexterity is lower, but we got higher physical attack. Crit rate goes up. Damage total bonus is 2.2%. I don't even know what most of these things mean, but it seems like this sword generally is weaker than the other one that we just got, but I want to equip it anyways because it's a purple, and I think that it just looks cooler in my mind. Like, look at that. Doesn't that look so awesome? Dude, I can't wait for this. Anyways, that's gonna do it for the raid video here, folks. You can expect some more kind of side videos and stuff like that. It's not like MapleStory is gonna be a main series on the channel right now, because this is just the Korean version of the game, so I'm not particularly, like, I don't really care. Hopefully I can get into the closed beta so that I can end up getting some actual content for you guys of all of the English server and stuff, but otherwise I'm not really expecting the game to change that much. In either case, thanks for watching. Very much appreciate it. Don't forget to like, share, favorite, and subscribe for more daily content. And if you want to support me, you can always sponsor my YouTube channel. Check links in the description for my merch store as well as Gawkbox. And if you want to see MapleStory when it ends up coming on the channel, be sure to hit that notification bell, because otherwise subscribing doesn't do anything anymore. Sign on, stay epic, everybody.